The Dictionary of Real Estate Appraisal, page 214. Shell rent. The typical rent paid for retail, office, or industrial tenant space based on minimal shell interior finishes, called vanilla finish or white wall finish in some areas. Usually, the landlord delivers the main building shell space or some minimum level of interior build-out, and the tenant completes the interior finish, which can include wall, ceiling, and floor finishes, mechanical systems, interior electricity, and plumbing. Typically, these are long-term leases with tenants paying all or most property expenses. Shift share analysis. A descriptive analytical method used to identify industries in which the local economy has a competitive edge over the larger economy. Shipyard. A complex where ships are built, repaired, dismantled, loaded, or unloaded. Shopping center. A tract of land under individual or joint ownership or control, improved with a coordinated group of retail buildings with a variety of stores. Shopping goods. Goods from variety, department, and general merchandise stores. For instance, clothing, furniture, appliances. Short-lived item. Number 1. A building component with an expected remaining economic life that is shorter than the remaining economic life of the entire structure. Short-lived item number 2. An item that will probably be replaced one or more times during the life of the improvements, such as painting or flooring. Short sale. A sale of real property in which the proceeds from the sale fall short of the balance owed on a loan secured by the property. Lenders may agree to a short sale to avoid lengthy and costly foreclosure proceedings, and borrowers who cannot meet their mortgage obligations may agree to a short sale to satisfy their debt. See also deed in lieu and foreclosure. Short-term lease. An indefinite term, but usually implies a contract with a term of less than 10 years, typically 3 to 5 years. See also long-term lease. SIC is the acronym, SIC. See Standard Industrial Classification. Sidekick. See Accessory Dwelling Unit, ADU. Siding. Finish or exterior lumber used on outside walls. Sight line. A line or area of unobstructed visibility, often used to indicate the distance from which a business, property, or commercial site is visible to approaching vehicular traffic. In relation to review of proposed upper floor additions to designated historic properties, the sight line is typically defined in terms of the view of the proposed upper floor addition from the sidewalk across the street from the building. Sight line easement. An easement granted to protect a sight line usually prohibits construction or natural growth that might obstruct a property's visibility to approaching vehicular traffic, also called a view easement. Simple interest. Interest in each period calculated based on the original deposit or investment. The interest does not compound. Single-family house. A dwelling that is designed for occupancy by one family. Single net lease. See net lease. Single property appraisal. In assessment, systematic appraisal of properties one at a time. IAAO. Single purpose use. See special purpose property. Single room occupancy, SRO. Apartment units without private baths and cooking facilities, often rented on a weekly basis. Single screen theater. A movie house containing only one presentation, screening room, or hall. Page 215. Sinking fund. A fund in which periodic deposits of equal amounts are accumulated to pay a debt or replace assets, usually designed to receive equal annual or monthly deposits that will accumulate with compound interest to a predetermined sum at the end of a stated period of time. Sinking fund accumulation factor. See amount of one period. The acronym is capital S over N with a little half square symbol next to the N. Sinking fund factor. The compound interest factor that indicates the amount per period that will grow with compound interest to $1 or other unit of currency. The sinking fund factor is one of the 6 functions of one found in standard financial tables. Sinking fund table. A table indicating the amounts that will accumulate to a desired sum by a specified date in the future if invested annually in a compound interest-bearing account at a stated rate. Sit-down restaurant. A restaurant facility that prepares and serves food with sit-down dining for the patrons. Site. Improve land or a lot in a finished state so that it is ready to be used for a specific purpose. Site analysis. The identification and analysis of the characteristics that create, enhance, or detract from the utility and marketability of a site. Site coverage ratio. The gross area of the building footprint divided by the site area. Site description. See land description. Site development costs. Direct and indirect costs incurred in preparing a site for use. For instance, costs for clearing, grading, installing public utilities. Site improvements. Improvements on and off a site that make it suitable for its intended use or development. On-site improvements include grading, landscaping, paving, and utility hookups. Off-site improvements include streets, curbs, sidewalks, drains, and connecting utility lines. Site orientation. The physical relationship between a structure and its surroundings. Sitting factor. In urban planning, the origin of settlement in a city, which generally influences subsequent land use and growth patterns. Situs. Number 1. In real estate, the physical location of a property. Situs number 2. In market analysis, the relationship between the total urban environment and a specific land use on an individual land parcel at a specific time. Situs analysis. The analysis of economic linkages, physical linkages, and environmental influences. 6 functions of 1. The 6 related compound interest functions used in the mathematics of finance and shown in standard compound interest tables, also called 6 functions of a dollar. 6 functions of 1. The acronym capital S with a little n over it means amount of 1. Capital S over low cap N with a little half square means amount of 1 per period. The number 1 divided by capital S over little cap N means sinking fund factor. Number 1 divided by capital S over low cap N means the present worth of 1. Low cap A over low cap N means present worth of 1 per period. Number 1 divided by low cap A over low cap N means partial payment factor. 6-step process. A systematic approach to market analysis consisting of 6 steps. Number 1, productivity analysis. Number 2, market area delineation. Number 3, demand analysis. Number 4, supply analysis. Number 5, residual demand analysis. And number 6, subject capture. End of page.